What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review. As you guys can see by the thumbnail and the title, today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts long-awaited brother of Son Goku, Raditz. And this is a figure I am super stoked for. I'm glad to have this. I'm just as excited for this guy as I was for Recoome. And I could talk about my excitement for this character. Hope you guys enjoy watching it. But let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging first so we can bust this guy out and get right into the figure. Now, I gotta say that sexy packaging is looking super beautiful, but it could just be the fact that I'm super stoked for this figure. Who knows? But it's the same thing we always get. You do have the window, of course, where you can see the figure, some of the accessories, SH Figuarts Raditz right there, seal of approval, so you know it's authentic, Dragon Ball Z, Tamashii Nations, Bandai, ages 15 and up, Toei sticker. You've got some images of him along the side right here. I'm digging this one with the crossed arms and the scouter. Right here you have a few more. He's doing a blast. This is probably when Gohan's powering up, getting ready to attack because he's pissed off. Says Raditz at the bottom. You got another image of him right here with the arms crossed. Nothing on this side. Then, of course, on the back, you do have some poses you can get the figure into. The package. Now, let's bust this guy open. Now, straight out of the packaging, here he is. The legendary brother of Son Goku, son of Bardock, Raditz. And oh my gosh, bro. Look, y'all already know I've been hella excited with all of the Dragon Ball stuff that's been coming out lately. Recoome, just Bardock, even the last Piccolo. We've got First Form Frieza, but now here we are. We have Raditz, and I feel like he's one of the most underused characters of the series because Raditz to me has always been a dope character because he really specified what Dragon Ball as an entirety was about to become. When this guy showed up, you knew he was dangerous. You knew he was something different than anything we had ever seen, including King Piccolo. And I just love what Dragon Ball had became after it turned into Z, which all started with this guy. Not to mention, he gave us one of the dopest characters in the series. Let's not forget about the legend. I'm just going to show a picture. I don't have to tell y'all. Let's not forget about that. But anyway, back to Raditz. Oh my gosh, man. Tamashii Nations. I love this, man. And this guy also created a lot of memes that I love, like just seeing the images of this guy going Super Saiyan 3. But I'm off topic. But y'all know what I'm saying, man. Super Saiyan 3 Raditz. Just imagine that. But anyway, onto this figure. I love this. I will say it feels something about it like feels a little bit plain. But at the same time, it captures the art style of what Dragon Ball Z was at the very beginning. If you remember, they had the wonky eyes at the beginning. They weren't as defined. There was definitely not as much detail, but they also got all the muscles and everything. He's not nearly as buff as like Recoome or anything like that. But still, they did a great job with all the sculpt. This was not produced in China or manufactured in China. So the plastic is going to feel different. That's what they've been doing a lot lately. So be expecting that. But I will say this is something that I saw in 86 review. The brown does feel a little bit cheap. Like, it's accurate, so I can't really say they did anything wrong. I don't know if it's just like a weird color brown or what, but it does feel a little cheap. But still, I mean, like I said, from head to toe, they've got this character captured perfectly. Now, on to what I know everyone is really going to want to know, the hair. The hair is flat. Now, I could see this bothering a lot of people. I'm not going to lie. This doesn't bother me because they did the same thing with SH Figuarts Madara. And this was something that I saw 4 or 5 years ago. But it works because you can lift it, of course, to have it blowing. You can have it sit right against his back. Now, if you're posing him like this, sideways, it could look a little weird depending on the angle. You can see the gappage in there. But, I mean, it's hair. It does that. But if you have him standing like this, obviously, you can't really tell that it's flat. And then, of course, if you pose him like this, once again, you can't tell. I like the sculpt work, but the hair, it definitely feels like a cheap plastic, but I can understand why they went this route. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice things, but it also, I love the fact that this doesn't feel like a weird plastic where if I drop it, chunks and things are just going to break off of it. This feels durable, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, other than that, man, he looks great. The skin is a little like dull. It could have used some shading, but at this point we already know we're not going to get shading with these guys. Also, a matte finish on the face probably would have done it some justice, just because as you guys can see the lights hitting that, but you could spray it with some. Just be careful of it getting in the hair too much. I don't know if it would dull it a bit more and cause it to be a little bit different than the back piece, but who knows? Either way, he looks really, really good. Like it looks like Raditz came right out of the show, and I'm happy with this so far. But I've rambled on about the details. Let's put him back so we can go ahead and see how tall he stands. Now, in terms of the height on this guy, he is bigger than the average Dragon Ball figure, which is exactly why I'm happy about this, because of the fact that they're finally getting the scales right with these guys. As you can see to the top of his hairline, he's at about 6 inches right to the top of it. But to the top of his largest hairpiece, he's closer to 7 inches. So he's definitely a taller figure. I think he's going to fit in very well with your collection, but we'll find that out later once we get to the size comparisons. Now, for the articulation on this guy, if you want to get him to look up any, obviously you're going to have to lift this hair. And the face actually pops off, but I'm going to leave that on camera for you guys to see. He still doesn't really look up very much at all. That's about as much as you're going to get out of him. You don't get too much looking up out of him. Now, in terms of looking down, that's way more than I was expecting. And I just noticed the scouter popped off too, but we'll leave it. Yeah, he looks down very well. Of course, you do get the tilt and rotation very well. These shoulder pieces lift up as always. They've been doing this since, I believe, 2.0 Scouter Vegeta. His arm goes up and out that much, very, very far. He does have a butterfly joint. Comes in, let's see, only about that much. I wish it came in a little bit further, but that's about as much as you're going to get out of that. You do get swivel, of course. It's very, very tight on mine. I noticed that. I'm definitely going to heat this up. You get double jointed elbows, come in about that much. His hands are on, this is actually more of a hinge than a peg. It still goes on and comes off properly, but it's more of a hinge. That's pretty interesting. And I'm happy about that, because those pegs, sometimes they'll split and I hate it so much. So I'm happy they went this route with this guy. You do have a diaphragm joint, as you guys can see. He leans back about that much, crunches forward about that much. Not a whole lot, but enough that it is effective. At the waist, do not try to turn him. This guy does not turn at the waist. This will pop off if you force it, so you're not going to get much out of that. He kicks forward about that much. He can give Goku and Piccolo the boot. He kicks back about that much. He can do a full split, no problem. Of course, he does have thigh swivel. You can see it. He has double jointed knees. His foot goes down only about that much, up about that much. He does have really good ankle rocker, and that toe hinge is stiff, but there it is. So articulation wise, pretty much standard. Once again, you don't get any movement at the waist. I wish the butterfly joints could come out a little bit further, but with the way that this armor is sculpted, it might not even be effective. So I'm not going to call that a complaint. Now, for the accessories on this guy, you don't get a whole lot, but you do get a few. Of course, he comes with the neutral face that you can see on him already. He comes with a pair of fist hands. He comes with, these are basically what I would consider blasting hands. They're not like flat. Also do get a pair of reaching or stylish pose hands as well. All of these are sculpted very nicely. I love how they're giving us these new sculpted hands. That really makes me happy. He does come with a pair of crossed arms because we all know Saiyans love to cross their arms with an exception of Goku. So glad that they threw those in. They did give us another tail, so you can basically create the moment when Goku grabbed his tail. One thing that trips me out is like it's this one solid brown color till it gets to the very end of it, and then it gets like this really dark brown. Both of them seem like they could be accurate to the anime, but I don't know. It's like they just dipped this one in some different paint and they were like, let's go with it. So, yeah, I don't know. Just something I wanted to mention. You also get an alternate back piece, and this is basically for when you can plug the stand into him. I think they first started doing this with Jace. Basically, you just put him in a flight pose. You plug the stand into the back of his Saiyan armor instead of clamping it around him. But he doesn't come with a stand, so I don't know. That's weird. But yes, you do also get a nervous expression. This is probably my favorite one because you can tell this is from when Gohan was getting ready to attack and he burst out of the ship. I love this. You do get his smirk because we all know Raditz was ridiculously cocky, and I love it. I loved Raditz. Lastly, you get this one, which can be his like a taunting face. You can use it for powering up. I don't remember Raditz powering up too much. You can use this for anything. It kind of looks like he's grinning too, like he's like an evil laugh. You can use this for just about anything. But yeah, you do have to plug the face on, and you also have to plug the scouter on all the faces. But that's pretty much all you get for accessories. You don't get any energy effects, so no double Sunday, no Saturday crash, anything like that, which I feel like a purple energy effect would have been dope. But at the same time, I don't remember a lot of Raditz's moves. I just remember the stuff from Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and I think a lot of that was made up. So yeah. Now moving on to size comparisons, this just makes me happy. Here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Bardock, and it really trips me out seeing these two side by side. Because man, this lets you know like Raditz grew to be huge. Like, I didn't realize he was this much taller than Bardock. I don't know how accurate that is, but I do know Raditz is big. So this is dope. But also the SH Figuarts 2.0 Scouter Vegeta, which he's a little bit too tall, of course. And then we have the SH Figuarts Nappa. Nappa is a little too small, so I feel like Nappa should have been bigger. But still, you can wedge all of these very, very well in photos, and they'll look fine. Next up, here he is standing next to a SH Figuarts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, the SH Figuarts 2.0 Proud Namekian Warrior Piccolo, and the Dragon Stars First Form Frieza, which will soon be getting replaced, and I cannot wait for that. Here he is standing next to the Ginyu Force, and some of them might be a bit off camera just because these shoulder plates go out so far, but I had to try to catch them as close together as I could. But yeah, here he is standing next to the Ginyu Force, the SH Figuarts Raccoon, which I love, SH Figuarts Captain Ginyu, and the SH Figuarts Jace. Now, since this is the movie where we got to see him again, I did also want to show him off standing next to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Broly, and here they are standing next to each other. I think this is pretty accurate, so I really love this. As much as people try to act like Raditz was just this fodder villain in Dragon Ball Z, I don't care what anyone says. We all knew this dude was something serious when he came to Earth and had Piccolo shook. Goku's biggest challenge that threatened the entire planet. We knew Raditz was something different when he came out of space and basically called Piccolo a bug, like, you're weak. And from that day, I loved Raditz, man. And I really wish that we would have gotten a proper, I don't know, some kind of interaction between him and Goku where they, even though Goku was the reason that Raditz died, they came to each other and they had a conversation as brothers. I really wish we could have gotten that. Dragon Ball, of course, is not that deep, but I feel like that would be so amazing just to have, even if it was something to happen in Super right now with the Granola arc that's going on in the manga. No spoilers if you don't know. But if after all this is said and done, Goku is just to go and talk to Raditz, hey man, we committed a lot of crimes, but we don't have to be this way. Obviously, Raditz is going to be stubborn and say, I was born to destroy planets, Frieza, blah, 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 Vegeta, King Vegeta. I just feel like it would be so dope. I love Raditz that much that I would really want to see that, especially since he's established as the main character's brother. And we get nothing out of him other than, all right, I'm here to pick you up. All right, you ain't going to work. I'm going to take your son. Let's get out of here. We finna go back and conquer so we can kill Frieza. But off of that, I rambled on that way too long. But in terms of the figure, I love this thing, man. The first thing that I want to say, though, is, guys, with a lot of these figures that they have been putting out, the ones that have been distributed from Vietnam, they are having these issues where... Whoa, what is happening here? I just noticed this right now. Okay, that definitely docks a couple of points. I don't know what this is. I have a freaking paint splotch right here on the fist. Okay, that wasn't even something I was going to mention. I literally just noticed that now. But yeah, that definitely docks some points. But what I was going to say is these pieces right here. I almost had a heart attack during this review because I heard that clicking when I started turning it, and I was like, man, this thing's going to break. So I had to stop, put it in some hot water. Guys, when you get these figures, warm them up and apply some shock oil to both of these sockets in here. Therefore, you don't have to worry about any squeaking when you mess with these, because I don't want any of these breaking. These... I paid a hefty price for this guy just because I didn't get him from Premium Bandai, Hobby Genki, anything like that. I bought this guy straight off of eBay. I paid scalper price for him. I'm not happy to say that, but I love the character enough that I was willing to do it. So, yeah. Another personal dislike is the face. Like, not necessarily the face, but when you take the face off, this hairpiece comes with it. And I have no idea why. They could have just kept this attached as a whole and then just made you swap out the face. I don't know why they did that. It kind of gets annoying because it'll just fall off sometimes when you're removing the face. But overall, it's not like it's flimsy or anything. But yeah, I think he's a great figure. I really do love this. I love what they're doing with the Dragon Ball line. I love that we're getting new characters. I love that they're taking a step forward, giving us bigger characters that we never thought 2-3 years ago we would be getting. Cooler, this guy, Raccoon, Birder, and they're almost scaled accurately. So Broly really just set the bar, and I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about all of this. And so, guys, if you can get this figure, definitely pick him up. He's well worth adding to your collection. You're going to enjoy him. I took a ton of photos of this guy. Probably won't post them all, but you can catch them on Instagram. But that being said, I've rambled on for long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. Lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and stay safe. Peace.